Hello, friends. Welcome to Treena Talks Secret Source. I'm so excited to share with you this channeling. It's the first one in the Isis, the Egyptian goddess, her series of channelings. Of course, they are all around the topic of New Earth. This one in particular is one of my favorite topics on the Holy Grail. It is unusual, this channeling, in that the first part of it sounds like me talking, but it was actually Isis describing my experience. So that was a little unusual. Just a word of warning to help you understand what's going on. These channelings are handwritten. I do it at the time. This one was done on the 12th of the 2nd, 2024, and then record them later to share with you. So the format of these videos will be sharing the channeling, and then stay tuned for musings with Simone after that, which I just love getting to do that part. Without further ado, these channelings are about New Earth or your growth and ascension of your soul. Let's begin. The Holy Grail. The numbers are important and deliberate, all the twos. The 12th of the 2nd, 2024. And it is the 111th reading, 11-2. 11/2 is a master number in numerology. I was guided to hold my rose quartz wand while doing this channeling. Again, something different. Some time ago, 1 month, 6 weeks, Isis came to me while I was in a sleep state and shared, "The Holy Grail is love." It's unusual for me to remember such a thing. It wasn't a dream, it was spoken to me. I was guided yesterday to watch docos on Gaia with Freddie Silver's Templar research. While watching, Isis told me there were multiple grails. I mistook this to mean that there were different themes, attributes, types. While watching, Freddie talked about the Templar building's below ground chambers, where resurrection rituals were performed. Going into the dark or your unconscious for 2 to 3 days, and then coming back with information into the light, resurrected. I was told that this is the Grail. While the knowledge is shared and empowering and important, it's actually the connection with Source, then bringing that back and giving and receiving unconditional love, spreading it throughout the world. That is the Grail. Reconnecting individuals directly with Source rather than an intermediary such as religion. People can still choose to connect with Source this way, but it is the connection that is important. It must not be manipulated or downplayed or downgraded. This is not the only means to connect with unconditional divine love. There are many avenues. Choose what is best or most empowering for you. But know that there are many available options for you to choose from, and choose what is best for you. The divine wants you to know that your magnificence is seen. That is the word the divine or source uses when talking about you. We feel disconnected from this energy for many reasons. One of which is that our memories are wiped each time we come to the Earth School, so that we don't remember what gifts we brought with us, what we came to offer. Part of the curriculum is rediscovering our own magnificence and understanding, how we can offer it to ourselves, our people, the world. The 2 is the number of the divine feminine. Isis is one of the incredible divine feminine icons. 2 is also the number of divine or unconditional universal love. As we prepare for New Earth and the awakening of more souls, play with the idea of what great impact there can be by people giving and receiving wholeheartedly love. Divine, unconditional love. What a revolution that would be. Focusing on love, the highest vibration energy possible, rather than lower vibration energies. These themes of connection with Source, spiritual growth, enlightenment, and ascension have all been woven through the fabric of time and have been particularly evident in empires, communities, civilizations of all faiths and faculties, who are drawn to evolving and ascending, dedicated to promoting the highest possible outcomes for people and Mother Earth. Isis herself, in her time, had mystery schools promoting spiritual evolution. Her husband was a well-known example of the resurrection rite. These rites have been shared and evident across creeds and cultures of all kinds, but they rely on the empowerment of an individual, those who have shown aptitude and worthiness to partake rather than the power of an organisation, a quintessential difference in some religions and sects, SECTS. No group should stand between you and the divine unless you choose it to be that way. The veil is lifting. Truths can no longer be held back. Truths will be told, and each will have the chance to opt for how they move forward. As Freddie Silver points out, the definition of heretic is one who has all the knowledge and makes the choice how they proceed. You will have the free will to choose if you wish to take the opportunity. Open-hearted connection with the divine is available to you. Without partaking in any particular rituals or the like, you can open your heart, spread love, and choose to do all you do with big, open-hearted, unconditional, universal, God-inspired love. You can operate from the highest vibration place. You can change your world and the world enveloping the principle of as above, so below. The macro and the micro operating in unison. From the Isis deck from Alana Fairchild, Isis chose the card Queen of Heaven. The Queen of Heaven, the divine empress of the skies. Ask your feminine authority now, as a man or a woman. You have a life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy, compassion, and wisdom into the world. What will you do? What's possible? Ask Isis and her team for guidance to your next step. We are all working together, heaven and earth, for the greater good, to see how much we can get done. It relies on us all stepping up and playing our part. The Divine Mother, Isis, Sophia, Tara, Eve, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, Mother Mary, whoever you align with, invites you to step into your power, to call your power back in, to reconnect with Source so that you may do what is needed. Make no mistake, you are an important part of the puzzle. Thank you. And so it is. I loved that channeling. I won't say too much about it now. I hope it meant something to you. I hope it spoke to you. Feel free to join in a minute with Simone for musings. Thank you. Welcome, Simone, everybody. This is my beautiful friend, Simone. Welcome,
hi, Treena.
Welcome. So
and
lovely
hi,
to
everyone.
be here. Oh, this is our very first musings with Treena and Simone. And this one is for channeling 112, the very first Isis Egyptian goddess channeling, actually channeled on the 12th of the 2nd, 2024. And the topic, as you know, Simone, is one of my favorites, the Holy Grail.
Oh, it is so incredible, the Holy Grail. It gives me goosebumps, just the words Holy Grail.
I know, I hear you.
And we're all searching for it, Treena. Centuries later, we're still searching for the Holy Grail.
Were you blown away, though, as I was, with what came through about the Holy Grail being all about love?
Oh, it was just spellbinding just to find that out. You know, everything almost falls into place when you realize that's what it is. The exhaustion now is gone.
I remember you and I talking about this nearly a month ago when it first came through. And we were both just so blown away by it.
Oh, we were, weren't we? I mean, what an incredible gift. What an incredible gift to be given, Treena.
Even yesterday, you and I were talking about I don't even know if I have a word for it, about how incredible it is. How incredible it is. My Frankie is here.
Oh, lovely.
How incredible it is how they pull this off, how they line everything up and plant these seeds, and the magnificence of it all.
Oh, the alignment. I don't know how they do it, but it's just magnificent. Magnificent.
Magnificent is the word. This channeling too was really different at the beginning in terms of, it sounded like she was talking in my voice describing my experience. Yeah, in terms of, she was talking about how I was guided to hold the rose quartz wand, talking about how she'd come to me in a dream, but it sounded like I was saying it, not her.
Right.
A dream state a month or 6 weeks prior to that. And then even from like this channeling, I hadn't done a channeling for 2 months to the day, because December I just got busy with my love arriving and Christmas and birthdays, and you know how crazy it gets.
Yeah.
And so I just hadn't done a channeling in literally to the day 2 months. And so she'd planted a seed well in advance of that. And then the very day before, like I've got lots of, what do they call those platforms where you watch shows? I don't know, what are they called? You know, all those different apps and whatever.
Yeah, platform.
Yeah, and I've got heaps of them. And I've only just recently got Gaia, the spiritual one. And I was just not interested in any of those normal kind of ones, and was guided to go to Gaia. And what topic comes up but the Holy Grail, you know, with Freddie Silver talking about all of that. And then I remember I'd also just taken up crocheting again. So I'm
Yes.
sitting there on the lounge, just happily crocheting, learning how to do a granny square. And I've got these documentaries on in the background, listening to Freddie Silver talking about the Templar Knights. And
Incredible.
while I'm listening to that and crocheting, downloads are dropping through about the resurrection rite and how that's really about a connection to the divine, and about the mystery schools and all sorts of things, just getting me ready. He's trying to get to Dora, the cat. He loves, but it's not really reciprocated. So yeah, all of that was put in place in the perfect time to actually be ready for this channeling on the Monday that I really had no plan about that I was doing.
Yeah.
Just lined up perfectly, like click, 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 click. Mind blowing.
Well, the time is right, isn't it? The time is right. And everyone seems to be talking about the Knights Templar and Arthur, and all these subjects are coming up in the media.
Oh, because one of our favorites, Amanda Ellis,
Yes.
on YouTube, she's had that great series that this came before that, but she's got the great series that she's got running at the moment on the Knights of the Round Table with Prince William.
Yeah,
which
incredible.
you and I have both been really enjoying.
Oh, it's
reveling in.
Love it.
Yeah. So look, the other interesting thing for me is that I am someone who has an interesting relationship with unconditional love, in that it is part of my life purpose. And I just had some information come through yesterday on human design and my sun gate, that it's all about that I am a being of unconditional love and spreading that optimism and joy and hope throughout the world. Bless you. One for a wish, Simone.
That's it.
And so I just had all of that come through yesterday about my connection with unconditional love. And as I was recording this today, I thought, isn't that just splendid? Even the organization of that's how I'm wired, that's what I'm here to do, that's what my life purpose is. And I've been gifted with the information to share with others that the Holy Grail is actually unconditional love, and it's about connection with the divine.
It's so wonderful, Treena, because you always think that it's going to be something difficult, like a skill, a talent, you know, but unconditional love or even just love, we can attain it in our own way, in a simple way, in a small way, and grow it. So I love that it's accessible.
And it makes so much sense. And
Oh,
I
it does.
love the bit in it where she talks about what a revolution it would be if love was at the center
Oh,
of everyone's operating principles. Of like, if that was your guiding light, how can I do this with love? Like that would
oh,
cause a massive revolution.
it's
Yeah,
it's a
revolution.
game changer, life changer.
I remember contacting you when after this had come through, and I think I might have been a bit sort of overwhelmed, or was I? Can you remember? Was
Yeah,
I
I think
in
you might have.
awe?
You were. I think you were in shock. You were in awe. You were overwhelmed. Well, why wouldn't you be? I mean, this information has landed in your lap, and
I remember you saying to me, "What are you going to do with it?" And I
yeah,
was thinking,
haven't gotten to.
I have not got to that yet. All I'm doing is processing it
Yeah.
and playing with it. But you were so great to validate the richness of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm such a skeptic, I think in my head I was also going, is this real? Is
Good
this,
idea.
it seems too surreal,
Yeah.
but it seemed so good at the same time. So you were just so great to be able to talk to about it. And I feel like at the time that it felt very special to you as well.
Oh, I thought it was amazing when you came and told me. I think the Holy Grail. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's just too incredible, and the information. It was just beautiful.
You know what I love also is that, and I found this over the years when I've had readings from psychics, typically predictive kind of stuff,
Mm,
that at the time when I hear it, I interpret it a particular way
yeah.
through the filter of where I'm at that particular point. And then when I listen to it back years later, I go, oh no, that I was completely off with what I was thinking with that. I can see now with the benefit of hindsight what he or she was saying. Yeah, I completely get that. And it can be a little bit like that at times with this stuff too. Like when she was talking to me about, what was she talking about? About the Holy Grail. And I thought that she was talking about that there are many different themes, attributes, types of Grail, Holy Grail. But she was actually talking about unconditional love, universal love, that it comes in many forms.
Mm.
And I even like the take on it that often when you're talking about the Holy Grail, it's it's got lots of different meanings to people, but I loved that this was about connection with source energy, and you tapping into that divine love and wisdom, bringing it back and spreading it, but not only just giving it, receiving it so that it's completely in balance.
I mean, that's the beautiful part, isn't it? The giving and the receiving, because you don't think about the receiving so much and how important that is. And that sort of amplifies it all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's even interesting from a point of view of the divine feminine energy, because for so long, women in particular have been taught that we need to give love but not receive it, just be happy giving it.
Yeah.
So even when you connect it to the divine feminine energy, where that is actually in balance, the giving and the receiving, it's a really crucial point of difference between what the reality is for a lot of people currently
Yeah.
compared to the reality with the 3D kind of experience compared to the reality with the 5+D experience of the balance of giving and receiving. And it's weird because, I mean, weird's not the right word, but lots of the duality is being challenged. So it's not one or the other, it's both.
Yeah, no, it's just incredible.
So I really loved this reading. I found it what a one to start with, talking about bringing out the big guns.
Talk about bringing out the big guns. I
Oh,
mean,
I don't
who would
know
have
how it
thought?
gets better than that.
I don't know. But
What were you
that
going
was a
to say?
beautiful channeling. Yeah.
Incredible. And it's actually the longest one to date. It's nearly 2 pages long.
Ah,
So it's the longest one to date. I love also that my ISIS cards were called upon in it. And what was the Queen of Heaven came up.
ah,
And this is a deck that I've had for nearly 4 years, because 4 years ago, I learnt that I had an Egyptian life in an ISIS mystery school. And when I was an initiate, the person channeling could see me on the front steps sweeping and greeting people. And once I learnt about that lifetime, I actually sought out or stumbled
ah.
across this deck of cards. And you and I have played with this deck of cards a number of times.
Yes.
Unfortunately, this is just the pocket edition, and I'm really tempted to get the full size edition because I wonder if this has got the beautiful thing of having just the text on the back. There's no book with this one, but I wonder if the full size edition has more information in it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I do want to reference that this is Alana Fairchild's work. And we had the privilege of doing a seminar with her before Christmas.
Yes.
Her energy, just how
Oh,
incredible was it,
oh,
Simone?
she's amazing.
What an absolute goddess.
What a goddess. So great we get to share in all that.
I know, I know. And I love that you and I have had past lives together too.
Yes.
And we met in the most unlikely of places. But again, when you know this stuff, you can't
Yes,
make it up. It's likely. Where
that's
I
it.
came to buy a canvas off you off Marketplace. And that was all it took. We've just been good buddies ever since, haven't we?
I know. It's so remarkable, isn't it? So simple, so ordinary, the meeting, yet
Do you know what year that would have been? It was around Christmas. You were ready to move house.
that was that was 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
We should look at the latitudes on that place.
Oh, yes. I'm excited to hear about that.
Oh, I'll have a look.
So, yeah, this is just the magic of how the universe works.
Yes.
I wonder how it shows up for our friends who are watching.
Yes, I'm excited to hear what their stories are on this and what they
Same.
feel and think about it. It's so exciting.
And our intention with the musings is just to offer what comes up for us, but it
Yes.
doesn't mean that what we're saying is right and what someone else is perceiving is wrong. That's not the intention of this. This is just to chat about it, and something might align with you in what we're saying. It may not, whatever it looks like. We just love this stuff. We love
Do.
it. We love talking about it. We love just bathing in the richness and glory of it. So
Definitely. Yeah.
Thanks for being here today, Simone. I love you. I appreciate you.
Oh, I love you, Treena, and thank you. This was so interesting, and thank you for all these channelings. It's just amazing, mind-blowing. I love it.
We're going to get sorted out for the next video. You look like a little bit of a puppet going up and down.
Oh, oh.
Work in progress, work in
That's it.
progress. People, done is better than perfect.
That's it.
So Simone, if people would like to, they can like, subscribe, and share the video. It's our pleasure and privilege to be here with you. Thank you, friends, for being here. Stay tuned for the next channeling video, number 113, which is about mystery schools. A
Fantastic.
topic that's been coming up a lot for me lately, so I'm super excited to share that. Thanks, friends. Thank you, Simone. In the
Love to
spirit
all.
of the Holy Grail, sending you all the love in the world. Ciao for now. Bye.
Bye.